Hey there, welcome. In this video, we're going to continue working with Tarot's Minor Arcana number 10, and we're going to weave stories with the 10s. Now, if you're new to my channel, I'm Kay Ashbridge, and this series is called Let's Talk Tarot. And my goal is to share with you what I know about the tarot. I believe tarot helps us gain insight into our motivations and our urges, and helps us to learn more about the deeper parts of ourselves. Tarot also helps us increase our intuition. The tarot are like a really good friend to me, and I've always been able to fall into the tarot to help understand situations I'm going through, or if I find myself in a dark night of the soul and I need a deeper understanding. So for me, the tarot is really a tool in which it helps me to gain insight into the deeper parts of my soul, into the recesses of my mind. If you've been following me, thanks for coming back. I so appreciate you. Everyone is welcome. And in this video, we're going to continue working with Tarot's Minor Arcanas number 10. If you missed the last video, you can catch it here. And in this video, we'll be weaving stories with the 10s. And this helps us to really solidify what we know about the cards we've studied and to learn deeper meanings about the tarot, expanding our awareness and our knowledge, because as we lay a spread around the cards that we have been working with, then we expand the knowledge that we have and we deepen our understanding. You know, it's really interesting because a tarot deck has 78 cards. And if you're looking at reversals and you read reversals, now you're looking at 156 options. But with every card that lands next to a specific card, that meaning can change or amplify or deepen or completely offer some different insight. So tarot is really never ending. You never come to the end because there's so many options, just like in our lives, in our experiences, and the lessons that we have. We get to know ourselves, and we have experiences, and we take the lessons with us. But with each lesson, it's kind of like we initiate ourselves into the next phase, into the next option or opportunity to learn the next lesson. So we never really arrive and say, okay, we're done. It's a constant and continuous, beautiful unfolding of ourselves. So without further ado, let's talk tarot. So I have pulled out the 10s here. We have the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Cups. And I pre-shuffled the deck minus these 10s. And what we're going to do, let's take our 10 of Wands and let's pull 3 cards. We'll put our 10 of Wands in the 3rd position. We have the first card, the Page of Cups, the second one, the 2 of Wands, 3rd position, our 10 of Wands, and the 4th position, we have the 9 of Pentacles. So with this Page of Cups, pages typically are bringing information or a gift or an opportunity. And the Page of Cups, being a water element, has to do with emotions and feelings and probably gifts of love. And here we have the 2 of Wands. The 2s, this is opportunity and choosing. And this individual is he's standing at the top of a castle, and he's holding the world in one hand, his wand in another hand. He's got the second wand that is in place, and he's looking out over this vast ocean. He has the world in his hand. This is opportunity knocking, right? This is opportunity. Now we know that our 10 of Wands, this is bringing us to the end of a cycle, and the 10 of Wands represents burdens and responsibilities and a lot of hard work that we've been doing to bring ourselves to a place to start a new cycle. The 10 of Wands represents that this individual will soon be taking these wands off of their backs and arriving at the home that you see in the background. The nines represent that we're almost at the precipice of a new cycle, but not quite there. Kind of a place where I call the void, while you're waiting. So here we have opportunities coming, possibly a gift. We have choices to be made, and a lot of choices. We're going to be laying down a burden, and we're going to be starting a new cycle. And that Nine of Pentacles, the woman with the bird in her hand, she's got pentacles at her own side with her hand over them. She's got 3 pentacles along with the bird that she's offering out. This is home, happy, contentment with oneself, being comfortable in one's skin. So I read this 4-card spread as, here comes an opportunity, maybe even a gift. Someone's offering something. You have choices to make. These choices are going to lead you to putting down the burden of these 10 wands that you've been carrying, finishing out this cycle. And with the 9 coming right at the end, this is a very happy, healthy card where a person is feeling good about themselves. And this tells me that there's probably a couple of cycles going on. Do you ever find that? Like, it's not that our lives are just so black and white, that we're just in this one cycle and it's just going to go and stop and then a new one's going to start. What we find is that there's a cycle of the home life, there's a cycle of business, there's a cycle of our own personal growth, and a lot of these cycles overlap. This spread intuitively tells me that someone is ending a cycle, a specific cycle that has to do with burdens and responsibilities, and there's another cycle that has to do with family, lifestyle, finances, that is also coming to a fulfillment. Not quite there yet. As you look at this spread, what do you feel? Does my take on this spread make sense to you? Does it feel like this is what's going on? Or are you feeling something different? As you look at these cards, what images or words or feelings come to you? And I would love to know in the comments what you see in this spread. All right? Because what I see are overlapping cycles, a couple of them, one coming to an end, one nearing an end. And of course, there's going to be more to this story, but we're using just these 4 cards here. I'd love to know what your take is on this spread with our 10 of Wands. All right, let's move to our 10 of Pentacles. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to turn over 3 cards, pre-shuffled deck, and I'm just as surprised as you when I turn these cards over. We have a 7 of Cups, we have an 8 of Cups, we've got our 10 of Pentacles, and an Ace of Wands. Okay, so here we have the 7 of Cups, again a water element, and the 7 of Cups, it represents lots of different choices, and it can also represent a little bit of illusion. Maybe we are somehow not looking at something because we don't want to, because our subconscious doesn't want to face something or see something. So you can see that there could be a lot of illusion going on. There can be choices to be made and opportunities waiting to be chosen. The 7 of Cups is so interesting. It's a myriad of options and possibly a myriad of things going on in your heart and your soul, because there are so many different options to choose from and so much potential going on. The 6 cups each have something coming out of them, something to offer. And that 7th cup is actually veiled, it's covered. I see this as our own higher self, or a part of us that we are not acknowledging, maybe even subconsciously, intentionally. Now the next card is the 8 of Cups, another water element. And this has to do with emotions. And in the 8 of Cups, this individual is walking away from 8 healthy upright cups. This 8 is a choice that someone is leaving something behind, looking for something new. They're looking for a change, a spiritual change, or a physical change, or a change in love. But they're seeking to make a change, and they're literally walking away from an existing situation that may not even be a bad situation, and they are walking to something that would be more meaningful to them. It's really interesting to see these right here because we are right in the lunar eclipse season, and the lunar eclipses can really push us to make hard decisions, to look at ourselves and really say, what is not working for me? What is not supporting me anymore? What can I leave behind that might be toxic? And so it's really representative of what we're going through right now as a collective during this lunar eclipse season. And of course, the Eight of Cups has the moon, and it's showing the moon in a couple of different phases here. So here we are seeking, and the moon is pushing us on. And then the next cup is our Ten of Pentacles. We talked a lot about the Ten of Pentacles in the last video. And this card is all about our home life, our legacy, our relationships, really, really deeply about our family. And it can even represent our ancestors and our heritage. And so decisions, choices, options, making a choice to walk away from something probably that no longer serves us in search of happy relations and a solid family, a good family life with closeness and connection, and maybe even starting a family with someone and a long-term commitment. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Aces are beautiful cards, all of them. And here, this Ace of Wands is showing a victory, showing that the passion that has been being looked for here is coming. It's absolutely going to be received. It is a victory. So this individual searching and looking at themselves and making the choice to walk away from something that no longer supports them, or that something that they just don't love, or even if it's something there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not giving them that inner zeal, that purpose, that connection to spirit that makes us want to move on. And this person is probably looking for that family, that long-term commitment with someone, to make a family. And the Ace of Wands beautifully says victory, success. So if you were reading for someone, and you know, if this is you, if this resonates with you, tell me. I'd love to know in the comments. But if this is you and you're looking at a myriad of options, and maybe you're looking at yourself and trying to better yourself, know yourself, and do the work to create more harmony and balance within yourself, and that maybe it led you to walk away from things that really didn't matter or really didn't support you in your search, and your search was for something more solid and long-term with connection, you're on the right path. And this beautiful Ace of Wands is telling you victory, victory, stay the course. There's victory there for you. You can find part 2 of this video by clicking the end screen here. Thanks, and I'll see you there.